for the semifinal round action of the 2019 ASUN Women's Soccer Championship. Today's contest features the second-seeded Lipscomb Bisons and the number 6 seed NJIT Highlanders. And now let's meet today's reserves. First for the Highlanders from NJIT. Number 0, Cassidy Landis. Number 2, Ariana Caminos. Number 4, Chinyere Chambers. Number 6, Fiorella Doglio. Number 7, Lauren Chamberlain. Number 8, Angela Harris. Number 13, Nora O'Connor. Number 16, Dunya Trajkovic. Number 17, Madison Tybel. Number 19, Bailey Chant. And number 23, Alexis Magruder. And here are today's starters for the Highlanders. Number 00, a member of the ASUN All-Freshman team, Molly Saylor. Number 5, Nicole Lowley. Number 9, Katrina Nguyen DeMary. Number 10, Jennifer Callahan. Number 12, Emily Heckman. Number 15, Yasmin Malik. Number 20, Tara Wallencheck. Number 22, Christine Conaghy. Number 24, a member of the ASUN second team, Siani Magruder. Number 25, Jessica Ossing. And number 28, Fiona Wright. And now here are the reserves for the Bisons from Lipscomb. Number 1, Hannah Parrish. Number 4, Erin McCarthy. Number 7, Allie Dunn. Number 10, Danielle Van Leer. Number 11, Christy Jones. Number 12, Peyton Brandenburg. Number 13, Hannah Torbett. Number 18, Monica Mullaney. Number 19, Grace Oliver. Number 21, Emily Patty. And number 22, Macy Douglas. And now here are the starters for the Bisons. Number 0, Melissa Gray. Number 3, Cammie Rogers. Number 5, a member of the ASUN second team and all-academic team, Leah Solicki. Number 6, a member of the ASUN second team and all-freshman team, Katia Hanger. And number 9, an ASUN first team member, all-academic team member, and ASUN Scholar Athlete of the Year, number 9, Olivia Doak. And number 14, a member of the ASUN first team all-conference and all-academic team, number 14, Macy McKay. And number 20, Dominique Diller. Number 23, Audrey Ann Beck. Number 24, Haley Eck. Number 25, Caitlin Eccles. And number 26, a member of the all-freshman team, Molly Grant. The head coach for Lipscomb is Kevin O'Brien, and the head coach of NJIT is Allie Nick. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Well, we'd like to welcome everyone into the Lipscomb Soccer Complex here on the campus of Lipscomb University as we are getting ready and set for semifinal action in the Lipscomb, the ASUN Conference Tournament between Lipscomb and NJIT. Justin Seaman joined alongside former Lipscomb soccer player and Lipscomb soccer coach Jim Maddox, and we've got a good one on tap this afternoon. Number 6 seed NJIT with the upset on Friday night. They defeated the number 3 seed Liberty Flames 2-1 score, so they earned the right, Jim, to come play now a number 2 Lipscomb team who was a co-champion in the ASUN this year.
Yes, Justin, I tell you what, NJIT on Friday night really pulled off an improbable win, and it was a lot to do with their fortitude and fight. To get to that point, they stuck together and were able to pull off the victory, and creates this opportunity for a Sunday matchup on a beautiful day here at the soccer complex here at Lipscomb.
A picture-perfect day. Temperature probably in the mid-50s, but the sun is shining, so it feels great in the sunshine out here. Not much wind to speak of. I mean, just absolutely gorgeous. I'm sure as a soccer player and a coach, you couldn't ask for anything.
No, this is perfect. This is perfect. The other night was great. I was mentioning, you can run all night long, but you throw a little sun out here, this nice weather, this feels great, and really couldn't ask for anything better. So I'm excited about the match we've got going on today.
Well, you look on paper, if you're just looking on paper, this looks like a matchup that would favor Lipscomb. This Lipscomb team been in the finals of the ASUN Championship the last 4 years. They've been either champion or co-champion of the ASUN regular season the last 3 years. They're playing at home. This is a team in Lipscomb. The last 5 games, Lipscomb is 5-0. 4 of those wins have been shutouts, including against this NJIT team where they beat them 4-0. They've outscored opponents 15-1 those last 5 games. On the flip side for NJIT, offensive numbers, they're probably in the bottom third of the ASUN offensively. Defensively, they've been really good defensively. Last 4 games, they had lost 4 of 5 until they won on Friday night against NJIT. I say all those numbers to say, but we're in the semifinals of the conference tournament. You got to throw some of that out the window.
Absolutely, Justin. I mean, if Friday night's not the perfect example of what can happen here, anything can come conference time. Lipscomb certainly has a lot of confidence coming into this game, but NJIT with that one win in conference tournament time can mean a lot more than regular season wins coming up. So I can't wait for this matchup today, and really looking forward to this.
NJIT to kick things off, and we are underway in the semifinals of the 2019 Women's ASUN Conference Championship as Lipscomb will try to see if they can control things early. They got an early goal against NJIT when these two teams played on October 19th, and just like that, they're in the box trying to get things going.
It's great. What a great start there for Lipscomb. One of the things that keys to the game, I believe, for them is going to be getting the ball wide and looking to find the diagonal run in behind. First thing that we see is that playing out. So that's where most of their success will come from, is getting it wide and trying to get it served in. And immediately we get that. So looking like we're setting up for a short corner here, or at least the appearance of it, maybe just to change the angle a hair.
Nice give and go, and Cernicki sends it in. And that one just gets kicked away. What a nice little set piece out of the first couple of minutes of action.
Yeah, absolutely. Great set piece play there. Just how they drew it up. I'm sure on the training pitch yesterday, went back through all those motions right there. So look to see, they may perhaps come back to that or do something off of that again.
Lipscomb third in the ASUN Conference in corner kicks this year, so they've had a lot of practice on those corner kicks, and that means you've got a pretty good offense.
Absolutely, absolutely, creating those kind of opportunities here. Immediately we see NJIT already putting more numbers around the ball, getting forward. I thought that was one thing that they struggled with the other night, trying to provide some support for the second ball. So they're going to be looking for those long balls in, winning the second ball, and can they then try to find some type of outlet for the counterattack going forward.
The 2 goals for NJIT the other night, after NJIT fell behind probably midway through the second half on Friday night against a Liberty team that Liberty had really dominated pretty much every offensive category, and the only thing that had saved Liberty was that Molly Saylor was so good in the goal. As there's a first shot on goal we see, that's a pretty easy cover for Saylor. But what I was going to say is Liberty really dominated offensively, but then give credit, Lauren Chamberlain, Fiona Wright, the two kind of marquee offensive players for NJIT, they came up big late in that game.
They really did, and I tell you what, it was exactly probably how you didn't want to draw it up for a sitting back counterattacking team, giving away the first goal. But I tell you what, the goalkeeper was able to make some great saves, keep everybody in the match, build some confidence, and like you said, just takes one moment and of individual brilliance, and they not only were able to do that once but twice. I mean, wow, they were able to come through here today. So I think that with that kind of build up, they'll probably maybe look to try to make a few changes, and maybe we're already seeing that a little bit today, is just getting a little bit more support as they go forward, and maybe try not to rely on some of those individual moments of brilliance.
Lipscomb trying to regain, get back into the offensive end. A little 2-on-3 action, nicely kicked away, but it will allow Lipscomb to kind of set their offense up, get everybody into the zone.
That's right. So you'll see here NJIT is already setting up, and looks like 2 blocks, leaving 1 up top, and so they're gonna make Lipscomb work to break them down.
Well, we'll show you the numbers here. Lipscomb, the most prolific offensive team in the A-Sun this year. They were number 1 in pretty much every category you want to be number 1 in when it comes to offensive. They were number 1 in shots, shots on goal, shots per game, shot percentage, assists, and goals scored this year in the A-Sun.
Absolutely. And a lot of it looks like with the setup, Lipscomb's here, 4 in the back, 4-2-3-1. Looks like we're setting up and allowing the outside wingers to pinch in and the outside backs opportunity to just get forward. And so hopefully we'll be able to see a little bit more of that today from Lipscomb to create some more opportunities, get the ball wide to the flank. Right there, NJIT winning that second ball right there.
Nice recovery. Here's Olivia Doak, first team all A-Sun, and she's going to draw a foul.
Great job by Olivia, posting her up, using her arms, and keeping her body there in position. That's well played. Exactly what you would expect from your best player.
Lipscomb with 5 all-conference selections this year. Olivia Doak, first team all-conference. Macy McKay, also first team. Leah Cernicki, second team. Katia Hanger, also second team and all-freshman team, and Molly Grant on the all-freshman team. So a lot of accolades for this Lipscomb team.
A lot of talent for Lipscomb here, and it's well-deserved. They've earned that second seed and opportunity here.
Nice ball there, and Saylor has to kind of come out and make a dive on it. Not a play she was probably expecting to have to dive on.
Not at all. That was a good ball in, kind of in a tough spot for the goalkeeper, looking to let her defenders win the ball. And NJIT does have good size there to win those aerial battles. And goalkeeper was able to come out and make a good save and create this opportunity here going forward for them.
Here's the Highlanders trying to make a run at things. Working the left flank. And that one's going to be knocked out, and NJIT's going to get a corner kick.
That's right. This is exactly kind of what they're hoping for, is maybe look to create a few more opportunities and set pieces, especially from the corner kicks. Use their size to maybe take advantage of Lipscomb here. Lipscomb's well scouted this short corner there, played a little bit long. Well, maybe a little extra juice going on there early. Excitement.
2 teams, and one factor we may discuss, NJIT, the legs, playing on Friday night. Don't know if that will be a factor at all, but it could be. It's definitely something that Lipscomb at least doesn't have to deal with.
It's exactly right. I mean, one of the advantages of being in this situation here. So I think and we'll look to see that the sun, we talked about it being a nice day, but it actually could cause a little bit of issue here for NJIT as the game wears on. So I know that the coaching staff for NJIT worked really hard to get a lot of fluids and make sure to take care of everybody from yesterday and to give themselves the best opportunity possible to go against this Lipscomb team that's well rested. Nice diagonal ball there from the center back, looking to get in that pace behind. Saw Liberty have a lot of success the other night on that left side.
Trying to spread things out a little bit too, make Liberty cover a little bit more ground, or excuse me, NJIT cover a little more ground.
Correct.
Nice steal there, right at midfield, and a little run, but a good
tackle.
Slide tackle there by Lipscomb. Here's Fiona Wright, though. She had the game-winning goal for NJIT the other night. She's really the marquee player, her and Lauren Chamberlain, as you mentioned, both with 4 goals to lead the Highlanders this year.
It was a great goal the other night. I mean, I would call this a poacher's goal, pure striker's goal. They just somehow, some way have the knack for being in the right place at the right time, and then obviously able to clinically finish it. So she had a great goal the other night, and we'll look to capitalize on it. And they've already, I think NJIT is doing a lot better job of pressuring together and looking to win those second balls. So we're seeing some of how they wanted to play with their style of possession.
Melissa Gray just kicks that one out, but it stays in the offensive attack area for NJIT. Talk about Molly Saylor, too. Second coming into this conference tournament in saves. She showed you why on Friday night, and that was really, I think, the key, because she made some early saves in that game for NJIT that she doesn't make those early saves. I'm not sure we're not talking about Lipscomb versus Liberty here this afternoon.
Completely agree with you, Justin. Molly started the whole game started with Molly making some great saves and keeping her team in play, building some confidence there, and that allowed them to take advantage of some of the mistakes that Liberty made in that game.
So I'd say sometimes a good goalkeeper can erase some mistakes.
It's amazing just the confidence that it can build with the back four, and just you want to fight a little bit harder. You want to work a little bit harder, go for the ball, challenge for the ball, win the second ball, and it all starts when you've got a good goalkeeper doing that. It just kind of changes the mentality of the team.
Both teams trying to get something going here. 35 minutes here left in the first half. Lipscomb surprisingly had a couple of good looks the first 2 minutes. Since then, NJIT's kind of settled in a little bit more defensively.
That's correct, Justin. They've been able to win a lot of balls, and we're seeing this right here. Just put a little bit of pressure on. So, what Lipscomb just needs to right now is gain their composure a little bit and settle the game down. And it's a little bit chaotic as we speak, and hopefully that's going to be the case as they go forward.
The matchup between these two teams, the one matchup this year, Lipscomb beat NJIT. That was a 4-0 win. Cammie Rogers had a couple of goals for Lipscomb. Big numbers there, though, that jumped out to me. Lipscomb outshot NJIT 21-9 with a 13-4 shots on goal advantage in that game.
This is the Lipscomb team that once they get rolling and playing the style way they want to play, they can actually dictate the game to their opponent, and can do that. Today I think the disruption that NJIT kind of wants to cause is kind of get them out of their rhythm. And if Lipscomb can get it in a rhythm with the ball, knocking it around, possessing it, I think they'll have a lot of success here today. But as we can see right here, NJIT has done a great job of disrupting.
Dangerous ball there, almost taken away by the Highlanders. And fans here wanting a handball on that position. Last kick, that last touch, referee said it actually hit her in the chest.
Right in the chest, the side. Tough call. He was down there. He had a nice angle on it, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
A whole lot closer than we are. We got great seats to see everything.
Great seats. This wonderful complex out here, for those that haven't visited, is just great. 20 years in the making. I think, as I told you, as an old coach, I used to sit in the left-hand corner and bring recruits down here, point to this hill and say, these stands, it's going to be here. I was a hair off as far as just a little too late timing-wise.
It's a long construction project.
Long construction project. So it's been a lot of fun to come down here and watch it, watch these stands get built.
Well, if you're keeping track as well, of course, this is the one semifinal going on between the number 2 seed Lipscomb and the number 6 seed NJIT. The other semifinal is in the second half. Florida Gulf Coast, the number 1 seed, playing host to the number 5 seed Kennesaw State Owls. And right now, with about 37 minutes left to go in the second half, Florida Gulf Coast with a 2-0 lead. And now Lipscomb player getting knocked down, but NJIT will have the ball.
Probably the right call there. Not sure there was much there. But play started. It was nice. The play started with our center back bypassing the midfield, playing a long diagonal ball into space here, looking to run behind. So we'll see if we continue to do that. If Lipscomb continues to do that, looking to bypass, maybe looking to get him behind with their pace.
You would think NJIT would be very comfortable if this was a low-scoring game, and when I mean low-scoring, I mean almost a one-goal wins the game.
100%. 100%. They would find that beautiful.
Lipscomb obviously would like to open this one up more. I think they would feel more comfortable if they get it.
That's right.
1, 2, 3 goal lead. They would feel very comfortable the way they play.
Absolutely. You're at home. You're in front of your home crowd, your home fans. You know the pitch. You know the field. To get that one first goal would be really big, I believe. And here's an opportunity here.
Here's Olivia Dope. Little 1-on-3, puts a shot in there.
Good.
And nice positioning by Saylor, kind of right there ready for it, but still, you like to put some pressure on the goalkeeper.
Absolutely. Very confident, wins the ball, able to get forward, push in the attack. Maybe perhaps could have taken it one step further, but I like it, getting the shot on goal, trying to test the goalkeeper a little bit early.
And we'll give you an update, too. Breaking news, Kennesaw State just scored a goal, so it's now 2-1 with about 36 minutes to go down in Fort Myers, Florida.
Great.
So we'll keep you posted on that score as well throughout the afternoon, as that game, depending on what happens, should finish up as we approach halftime, or maybe while we're in halftime.
Able to let them
Lipscomb so far 3 shots, 2 have been on goal, and 2 saves have been made so far by Molly Saylor. No shots yet for NJIT.
Right. But I do think already NJIT's committed to attacking with a few more numbers on the ball, able to create that corner kick and work to their strengths.
Here's Fiona Wright making a nice run at it, and
Nice run, able to get around the first defender. Second one comes in and just able to kind of toe poke it away and get the deflection off. I know Fiona would be disappointed with that, but a good effort getting forward a little bit more. So against Liberty, we saw her with her back to goal mostly all the time. So first time she's ever been able to face up and really get at and go at the defender.
Other thing we haven't discussed is there's a ball. See if Lipscomb can outrun the defender. There's a nice job. They do that. Some chance in the middle there. It looked like it was Doak who was trying to find something in the middle.
Just a hair off on that pass. Did a lot of hard work to get there. Still maintaining possession here. Corner kick. Nope,
like
goal kick.
Cammie Rogers was trying to get it into Doak, who was trying to post up a little bit down there. And right idea again for Lipscomb. And we saw a lot of this with Liberty. Liberty was able to get into the box, get in there, create some chances. But defensively, I think that NJIT is just used to playing that type of a defensive struggle type game.
That's right. They're very comfortable with absorbing pressure and handling it and then letting the game kind of wear on and finding some opportunities. So a nice job, Lipscomb, getting out of pressure right there.
Cammie Rogers again forces a kick out.
That's good. Better from Lipscomb. I like this, holding on to the ball a little bit more. And I know Coach O'Brien will have talked to him, but trying to make NJIT work a little bit more. They played a game on Friday. Service in. But as I was mentioning, I think Coach O'Brien definitely will want Lipscomb holding the ball, possess, make NJIT work, move the ball from side to side, try to find some opportunities here. And so Lipscomb been a little bit impatient on some of these moments, and maybe we'd like to see him relax a little bit. But that's to be expected. It's a conference semifinal and winner-take-all type game, and so I'm not surprised that we see this. But as we move forward, that may begin to play a little bit more.
It'll be interesting too. NJIT seemed like some of their game plan, at least with Liberty, and I would imagine with Lipscomb, is kind of almost to try to frustrate you so much that they kind of lull you to sleep a little bit, and then they make one good run, one good counterattack behind you, and that's what happened against Liberty.
It's Jose Mourinho would be love this kind of type of game right here, and that's exactly what they're kind of after is create, frustrate, break up play, tackles, things like that. Right there, that's a great example of it, is winning that ball and drawing a foul right there, just frustrating Lipscomb a little bit, and they're doing a good job of it today. I'd say more so better than they did against Liberty.
There'll be a dope called for that foul down there on the tackle. Chance for a little 2-on-3 now. Defenders coming into the picture for NJIT. Nice move, though.
Yeah, great individual play right there, looking to get around the defender, able to do it and knock it back to the 6. I mean, this is stuff you practice on all the time, getting to the end line, knocking it back to the 6, and trying to find a runner there. Unfortunately, Lipscomb only had one other person in the box, so I know Coach O'Brien will want to see more people getting forward in those instances, because they've had success. That's the other part of it. You know, recognizing you have some success.
Now the other thing NJIT is going to be fighting a little bit of the uphill battle on is the mental aspect of this game. NJIT has never defeated Lipscomb.
How about that?
5-0 all time against NJIT. So not only are you playing in the semifinals, chance to get to your first ever conference finals if you're NJIT, you've never beaten the team you're playing against.
That's right. That's right. That's a big thing, and of course, getting the win that they got on Friday night, that just gives you that little extra bit of confidence that can provide that opportunity when you've played a team that you've never just been able to get over the hump. I know we used to have some teams like that in 03, 04 against Florida Atlantic was always our bogey team. We never could beat them, and I remember in 04 we were able to go down there and win 3-2. And part of that was just because you're down. Oh, hey, number one, you're down by the beach first, and then two is just it was a little good team camaraderie, and just something small and little can bring all the team together, and something like what NJIT had on Friday night can do that for them. This is good from Lipscomb here. Just work the ball around.
The other thing, too, I think you mentioned it, sometimes Lipscomb having to watch one round of the ASUN Conference Tournament and finally getting out here, maybe saw a little adrenaline early, just, maybe a little quicker on some plays than they would have normally kind of, settled down a little bit. Now it looks like they're starting to settle in maybe a little bit more too, as we saw NJIT settle in defensively. Now Lipscomb maybe offensively settling down.
That's right. Able to find that spot. Here we have numbers in the box. I like this chance right there. See, that's much better. Service wide, 3 players in the box, and it all came from just holding the ball, looking to work it around and pass it. I think Coach O'Brien will want to see a lot more of that.
Nice look, Doak. Looked like she might have got a leg on it there, but Saylor saw the play coming.
Correct. Nice overlapping run there. Looking to get service in. Easy ball for the goalkeeper.
Yeah, easy ball, but still the first real kind of movement towards
correct.
The goalkeeper, Melissa Gray.
Mm-hmm. Looking for that cross and just a hair off. If you're in NJIT, you'd like to see that ball maybe served in from a little bit further down.
A lot of space there for NJIT.
Game's got a little bit stretched in some moments here, and you're seeing that a little bit in some of these gaps. When the ball's won, there's not a player there nearby to win the ball and pick it up a little bit. So it'd be interesting to see how this kind of continues.
Long ball there, trying to get something set up. 22 minutes approaching here. Going to get our first substitutions now.
No surprise from NJIT, I believe.
Number 22, Christine
A quick update, too. We've now got a tie score. Kennesaw State has tied it up in the second half with Florida Gulf Coast. About 29 minutes to go there in the second half.
Wow, 2-2.
So Florida Gulf Coast had a 2-0 lead at halftime, and the Owls have tied it up in the second half.
It's right. I've got a friend who has a running joke that's 2-0 lead. It's the worst lead to have in soccer. And he wants to write a book on it. I've yet to figure out exactly what that is. You'll hear it.
But it does seem like that. You know, you talk about soccer, hockey, similar kind of situation. I think they both say the same thing.
That's right. Mentally, it just creates a little bit of a letdown, and I go back and forth on that whole thing. Good job of Lipscomb there, just staying in their block, able to force the ball wide, not able to get the ball in behind. So here's creates this opportunity here.
Some space,
good
nice
ball.
Touch to Doak. Doak kind of gets it taken away a little bit. And now we're going to get a foul, and Lipscomb's going to have All right, well, welcome everybody back. A few technical difficulties there. Lost the feed there for a moment. Just a quick recap. We've got about 16:54 left to go here in the first half. Justin Seaman back alongside Jim Maddox, number 6 seed NJIT versus Lipscomb, the number 2 seed. No score. What you missed while you were gone. Lipscomb's had a couple of nice opportunities. No kind of direct shots on goal, but they have definitely been putting more pressure on the Highlanders here as of the last 5 minutes.
That's correct, Justin. It was able to find some good combination play out wide, looking to get the ball served in, and just missing a little bit on the final piece. So they were have definitely gained control of the game and kind of beginning to impose their will here.
Once again, the score right now in Fort Myers is still 2-2 between Florida Gulf Coast and Kennesaw State. So the winner of that game will get the winner of this game in the championship, the ASUN championship game, which will be next Saturday. But right now, location to be determined.
That's exactly.
If Florida Gulf Coast wins, we know the location will be in Fort Myers. If they lose, then the question will be who wins this game between Lipscomb and NJIT.
That's right, and although Lipscomb's had more of the opportunities and chances, it's still this game is playing out in a lot of ways exactly how NJIT is wanting this game to go, and that's defending, absorbing pressure, and looking to find a couple of opportunities. So they're just lacking on that last final piece as far as that's concerned. But you'll see here, I mean, NJIT's got all the numbers behind the ball here, low block. And you know, Lipscomb's just getting a little bit frustrated, and that's kind of an example. You know, looking to make something happen, maybe feeling a little bit of nerves and pressure, as the higher seed expected to win potentially, and you know, I know Coach O'Brien may hopefully look to make that change at halftime.
And once again, this is, from at least what we saw against Liberty, this is the way that NJIT plays. This is what they like to play. They are fine kind of, you know, playing 90% on the defensive end, but then that 10% that you're not expecting, they'll go down and find a way to get something done.
Yes, that's right. And as I joked before, I mean, a team that Jose Mourinho would love right here. I mean, very happy to play this way.
Ball's going to pop into the stands there. Didn't get to say that before this year. As we mentioned, this Lipscomb Soccer Complex has taking a really nice transformation with the addition of the grandstand here. So if you haven't been here to Nashville to see a game, I highly encourage you to come out and see it.
That's right. For all the alumni and players, we've worked really hard. Both the men and women's program have worked very hard to find this.
Here's a great look for Lipscomb. They've got it inside, and how about Saylor? Somehow able to locate it. That ball was sitting with what seemed like an eternity on Olivia Doak's feet down there before she finally turned and made a little quick, try to make a quick look at it.
Right.
Almost trying to decide which way she was going to spin, it looked like.
That's right. Yeah, unfortunately, Olivia kind of caught that ball and was in you know, even though right in front of the goal in no man's land with her back to goal and trying to figure out exactly where to go with that. But Molly was confident enough to hold her ground and make the save. And once again, here she is creating this confidence for this NJIT team with her play in the back.
Molly Saylor first in the ASUN in saves this year with 95 saves. First in save percentage at just under, right around 85%.
Wow, that's something else. And after watching them for 2 games right here, I can easily see how that would happen. Very valuable member of this NJIT team.
And once again, we've talked offense versus defense. This is your classic offensive team versus defensive team right here.
Well, that's nice right there. Able to find a little bit of space, turn. You know, I think she was probably expecting a little bit more pressure right there. Anytime you're able to find the ball inside the 18 and have space to turn, you're a little bit surprised. So Lipscomb may look to go back to that. Right now, NJIT's gotten so compressed deep down just due to this pressure Lipscomb's putting on that struggling with a tough time to get numbers forward. And, you know, right here we see a little bit of it, committing more numbers forward, but just so deep, it's really tough to counterattack when you're that far back.
But they've almost been forced by Lipscomb to kind of bring everyone back.
That's right. That's right, exactly, and just that we're beginning to see the pace of Lipscomb and the style that they want to play begin to play in. Just a little bit late on that ball. You'd like to see it played a little bit earlier, even diagonally, right there. Lipscomb just got very fortunate with that right there.
Like
just a hair of a.
Was diving down, and I guess her back touched the back line there.
So
no, I don't know if is it the ball.
It'd be the ball. It'd be the ball. So the ball going out. So it just seemed like it was a little bit of miscommunication right there. Created that moment of indecisiveness.
So Lipscomb going to get a corner kick with about 11 minutes left to go here in the first half.
I wouldn't be surprised if this plays short, just kind of the positioning. Surprised NJIT didn't bring out 2 different people there. It's normally what you want to see. Nice effort.
Sent in.
Yeah, Justin, I was mentioning, I think that's just a mental lapse right there from NJIT. I mean, typically when you see 2 out wide, you want to send 2 as a defender, even numbers in that moment. So you have a standing rule as a coach where if you see 2v1, play it short and then go at him, and that's what we just saw right there. Great opportunity from Lipscomb. They played 2 corners short. I think we'll look to begin to see that a little bit more, and then maybe intermit something, a ball deep inside. So
it's their 3rd corner kick of the game so far. You look at the numbers. 8 shots so far for Lipscomb. 5 of them have been on goal, but 5 saves for Molly Saylor. No shots for NJIT so far in this one, and I'll throw this stat at you as well. You look at this year, as there's another one. That one's going to go a little high and wide from Lipscomb. Lipscomb has outshot NJIT on the season. 270 shots for Lipscomb to 180 for NJIT. So
wow.
90 more shots.
Right.
Just to give you a flavor of how much more of an offensive team Lipscomb is as compared to defensively what NJIT is. I mean, they've won games not shooting that much either.
That's right. That's right.
So.
And you know, this is something that was set up early in the season for NJIT. They looked at their personnel and said, hey, look, you know, this fits us, this style fits us. And we're going to play it and look to be successful with it. And look, they have. They've kind of got some players. Here's a moment right here.
Way far out is.
How about that?
Goalkeeper Melissa Gray for Lipscomb.
Nice from Melissa right there. I like that. The confidence and the ability to say, hey, look, I'm going to shield the ball out rather than clear it one time.
Coach Acuff and Coach Sumsky would be impressed by that box out down there. Getting ready for basketball season here.
That's right. That was good.
Lipscomb 21 more goals this year than NJIT 2. So I mean,
right.
I mean, we can't stress enough how much, you know, on paper this looks like the mismatch, but on the field you'll see something different right now.
That's right. That's right. And that's one of the things about a counterattacking team is, you know, they look to capitalize on frustrated team that is used to dictating, is used to scoring goals, is used to having things go their way, and then find that moment where they can then jump all over them and do that. And right now, you know, as much as we've watched this you know, attack from Lipscomb getting forward, NJIT is very happy with how this game's getting played out, I'm sure. I'd like to see just a little bit of composure here. Look to knock the ball around, make them work, pull the other way. You know, just forced right there. You know, can we turn it back around, play it to the center back, and change the point of attack right there? Just a little bit more patience from Lipscomb might create a few more opportunities for them. Nice communication right there.
NJIT seems like, though, they've been more concerned with just kind of clearing it rather than getting their counter
That's right.
going.
That's right. It's exactly right. And they've just been stuck so deep in and compressed down so low that a bit of a challenge to even get the counterattack on. That's good. That's good right there from Lipscomb. You know, they could have played the long diagonal ball in right there. Maybe looking to change it. So this is interesting. So NJIT right there, first time I've really seen 5 players committed into the attack, looking to win that second ball. So can Lipscomb create an opportunity here as NJIT's kind of got numbers forward? Probably right call.
That, yeah. NJIT there, get the leg up a little high on that attack.
That's right.
So semifinals of the ASUN Conference Tournament. Lipscomb trying to reach the finals for the 5th consecutive year.
Wow.
Lipscomb has won the ASUN 3 of the last 5 years.
It's really great what Coach O'Brien's done here. I remember the early days of Lipscomb women's soccer, and just night and day difference of what the team looks like and the support that they have.
There was a couple of years before he got here, I think, where they struggled to win a game.
That's right. That's right. Really struggled a lot, and he's really come in and energized this team, and the program community stood up for him and created success. And we've loved watching both the men and women have success, and you know, we're able to create nice things like these stands that we currently sit on. So a lot of credit to Coach O'Brien.
You talk about a team, though, that's been to the finals 5 consecutive times. What an opportunity is for NJIT to building their program in the ASUN if they were able to find a way to get this win and get into the championship
That's
game
right.
for the first time ever. I mean, you talk about an opportunity in front of you.
As a player, you relish these moments. I mean, these moments where your back is against the wall and you've lost to this team all these times. All it takes is one win to put yourselves in the conference finals. I can't think of a player. I'm just get excited talking about this. And it's been 25 years since I've been out of the field.
Highlanders, number 8, Angela Harris.
And a few extra pounds.
It's not a huge number of matchups between the number 2 versus number 6 seed all time, but you look at the numbers, the number 2 seed is 6-3-1 all time. So, I mean, there is some precedence for the number 6 seed, you know, coming from behind and getting the upset over the number 2 seed.
Yeah, and you know, soccer's such a unique game where, you know, typically lower scoring and you know, the player, it's up to the players. The coaches can do a lot of things, but at the end of the day, at this game, it's up to the players, and you can create some moments where there are some upsets that can exist.
Well, you know, I would imagine not one of those sports where always on paper or in reality the best team wins.
Correct.
Sometimes.
Correct.
It's one
Correct.
of those, you know, 2 teams that might play 9 out of 10 times. One team will beat them 9 times, but could be that 10th time that you're playing today. You
That's
know,
right.
that you just don't ever know.
That's exactly
right. And I'm
right.
not saying that Lipscomb is head over heels better than NJIT. I'm just making that as an example.
That's
that,
right.
You know,
exactly.
there's no reason why NJIT couldn't come away with an upset victory here just as far as seeding goes.
100%. one of the things we just saw there from Lipscomb is, I believe is it Olivia was able to find a little pocket of space in between. Up until now we've seen a lot of balls try to be played in behind. As the game has gotten stretched, you'll notice some space in between the blocks of defenders and midfielders that if Lipscomb, I think, can look and stay a little bit composed, they can find someone's feet in that space where they can turn and then run around and maybe find a diagonal ball in to create that attack.
Time that one bounces over the defender's head. Nice job recovery there. Defensively by Sienna Magruder. Sienna and Alexis
good.
sisters.
I like that diagonal ball, diagonal dribbling in.
Nice touch from Doak there. Now trying to get something work to the middle.
Oh, it was a handball.
So Lipscomb's going to get a set piece here.
Okay.
Approaching 3 minutes to go in the first half. This could be a big ball here.
That's right. We saw this earlier, I believe, while our feed was cut off, and Lipscomb ran a set piece with 4 players that did not really work out with the shot. Good quality shot on goal here. So maybe this time we may be looking at whoever their designated player is, looking to have a go at it on goal and give Molly a chance to see if she can make a save.
Looks like it's Leah Cernicki who's the designated one. Allie Dunn is also standing there right by the ball. She might give just a little tap.
Maybe a little touch here just to kind of create it.
And we are going to get a look by Cernicki and a nice play defensively. Ball still in the box and finally cleared out of there, but Lipscomb still controlling. Huge defensive stop, though. That one didn't even get to Saylor. I couldn't tell who it hit off of, but it hit off hard off of one of the defenders for NJIT.
It did, and that was I like that. I mean, we had a nice low-driven ball in just to kind of create a little tough moment there that you get a nick or something like that can knock it off, especially when you've got a goalkeeper like Molly who's making a lot of good saves. Just something to challenge her, but that was a great little play, great shot by Lipscomb here.
So another corner for Lipscomb. See, NJIT just one defender out there again, so Lipscomb's going to play it short.
Happy to do this, which I don't blame him. Service was lacking there a little bit, but that's all right.
About a minute and a half left to go first half.
Yeah, we've seen that about 3 or 4 times there. The ball kind of served in, and a player is just kind of in that spot. You'd like to see them kind of attacking that header rather than glancing it. That may be a change that Coach O'Brien looks to make.
You wonder if the kind of 2-on-1 in the corner is a little bit of a scout thing, though, for NJIT, that they're almost conceding that, giving that to Lipscomb because they would rather play that. I don't know.
That's right. And obviously they've got a lot of size in there. They probably feel very comfortable with balls served in, and happy to give that away. And if I'm Lipscomb, I'm continuing to do the same thing. Just look to improve service a little bit. And maybe whip the ball in on the goalkeeper, right at the 6 and have her make a decision here. And you may get a deflection or something else, but that's how I would approach it.
So we're under a minute to go first half. Even though no score, still been a pretty entertaining, exciting first half, and NJIT maybe trying a late counter here in the first half.
That's right. She got to it.
So try to get some numbers up maybe to force something.
Oh,
that one right off the head.
That
and
hurts.
That wasn't intentional, and now we're going to get time called with make it 19 seconds, and I couldn't tell who it was that got it off the head.
It's hard to see, and that hurts.
Like maybe Adrienne Beck, I think at 25. And I think it's going to be Caitlin Eccles.
So this is one of the changes in the game. We've as things have come along from a concussion standpoint. I know the training staff's going to make sure that she's just fine. Fortunately, it was just a ball, but those still hurt. I think that's the right call here. I think they're going to take her off and look at her and make sure.
Just the national narrative kind of around concussions, head injuries, and stuff, and how football sometimes is really it's hit them hard. But the more and more I've watched soccer, especially at the collegiate and the professional level, and just how hard these balls are hitting and playing off the heads, you wonder if that's going to start kind of moving more into the discussion around soccer as well.
Absolutely, I think it already has, and at certain levels, youth levels. The USSF kind of mandates
10,
not
9,
training with the head.
8, 7,
So
6,
it's already there.
5,
FIFA's
4,
beginning to talk
3,
about, making
2,
substitutions
1,
that allows for
0.
players to come off and not be stuck with just three
And your score at
substitutions. So
halftime is Lipscomb
I think
0, NJIT
they've definitely taken it
0.
serious.
An entertaining first half. No score, though, as we finish the first half between Lipscomb and NJIT. Lipscomb, as far as possession and shots, really dominated that first half. 10 shots to no shots in the first half. 5 of those shots on goal, but 5 saves by Molly Saylor. And as much as Lipscomb dominated possession, dominated the offensive end, I think NJIT is happy where they're at.
Very happy to be going in 0-0, exactly how they want to. Favorite team. They've been able to frustrate and maybe kind of create those, look to find this moment. Once again, another moment of individual brilliance, I think is what they're looking for. And so I'm very happy if I'm NJIT.
So no score at halftime. We'll take a break. Be back here in about 14 minutes. Halftime here in Nashville. No score in this ASUN semifinal matchup between Lipscomb and NJIT. Well, we'd like to welcome everyone back into Lipscomb University, the Lipscomb Soccer Complex here. So we're about 15 seconds away from starting the second half, and nice crowd on hand on a beautiful afternoon in Nashville, Tennessee. Probably mid to low 50s out here with the sun. You actually feel pretty good in short sleeves out here.
Oh, feels great. Feels great.
It's great weather for soccer, and probably a little bit of what we expected, Jim, in the first half. We thought we would see some offensive attacks, some moments, some opportunities for Lipscomb. We got that in the first half, but then on the flip side, we knew we would see a kind of clamp down defense from NJIT, and we got that. Molly Saylor with 5 saves in the first half.
Once again, both teams kind of sticking with their script and exactly kind of how we thought it would play out. NJIT did have a little spell there where they were able to get the ball kind of early in the half, but as the game wore on, Lipscomb was definitely able to get game possession and control of the game. So I'm wondering if we'll continue to see that. As we said before, that weather-wise, temp it's 50 degrees, but the sun has been out. And for some players that hadn't felt like this in a few weeks, and being your second game, NJIT is really going to have to dig down deep to get this win.
Well, Lipscomb starting off the second half similar to what they did the first half, trying to get something working very early. And really, Friday night, NJIT versus Liberty, this game shaping up almost a carbon copy to what we saw on Friday night when NJIT kind of got that upset win over Liberty, where Liberty dominated possession, dominated offensive attacks, but NJIT found a way to win.
That's right, and able to pull it off. If you're Lipscomb, you want to see Lipscomb maybe potentially. They've been bypassing the midfield a lot of ways. If they can find some pockets in there, maybe you have the chance to get a better ball to the feet of their attackers. And if they can do that, I think that may be a key to the game for Lipscomb, based upon what we saw at the kind of end of the first half.
Oh, we have talked about NJIT's defense. As Doak going to get a nice little turn on one, just misses a little wide. Not a bad look, though.
No, not at all. Not at all.
But Lipscomb defensively has been equally as good over at least the past 5 games. They've only allowed 1 goal in 5 games, so 4 shutouts. They've got 8 shutouts this year, which is tops in the ASUN. So we don't want to forget about that. Just because Lipscomb hasn't been able to break through offensively and NJIT hasn't really done much, we don't want to forget of how good defensively Lipscomb's been. But we say that, and that was the same situation with Liberty. Liberty had been just outstanding, and then
Correct.
It was really just almost, I don't want to say fluke plays, but just literally 2 individual plays, and it was 2-1. NJIT got the win.
That's exactly right. It was just, left back for Liberty got caught up out of position and just created a little bit of space in behind, and NJIT was able to find that. It was just a small little mental breakdown that did them in. And so far, Lipscomb's defense has done an excellent job of mentally staying engaged, and that's what you want in games like this, is constantly reminding, and a lot of that comes from your goalkeeper in the back, just chatter, and communicating to the back 4 in front of her, and that seems to be the case today with how Lipscomb is playing.
Lipscomb in the first half, 10 total shots. NJIT did not register a shot in the first half. 5 of Lipscomb's shots were on goal. 5 saves for Molly Saylor in the first half.
Molly did a great job. Once again, I think we've sung her praises enough this tournament, but she's done an excellent job of staying composed in the back and worthy of her all-freshman honors that she earned.
You wonder, too, if somehow NJIT were able to get Fiona Wright and Lauren Chamberlain going. Wright played the whole first half, and she had one of the goals the other night, and then Lauren Chamberlain had the other goal for NJIT. They're the 2 players that NJIT would love to figure out a way to kind of get uncorked here.
That's right. Yeah, they're in that spot, and you'd like to see maybe a player play a little bit closer to her if they can find that support. And maybe get some type of combination play within the 3 of them off of her. And so I think that's what they're going to try to do. But if I'm Lipscomb, I'm looking to make her work up here up top.
I want to keep you posted as well. The other semifinal still going on in Fort Myers, Florida, as we're in the first overtime between Kennesaw State and Florida Gulf Coast. That game 2-0. Florida Gulf Coast led at halftime. Kennesaw State with 2 second-half goals to tie it up. And with about 3 minutes to go in the first overtime, still nobody has broken through with that game-winning goal.
Boy, that's tough. If you're in Florida Gulf Coast in that moment, up 2 at home, big, feeling good, and to give up 2 goals and then still be in overtime. I'm sure Kennesaw is just hoping maybe to get the PKs and carry their momentum forward. Here's a nice play from Lipscomb here, able to get the ball in that pocket. Good, and we find the diagonal run.
It's handled just a little bit, but Lipscomb will try to regain.
It's good defensive effort right there from NJIT. Once again, numbers back behind the ball, worked hard to get back, numbers back behind the ball, and win the tackle, strong in the tackle, able to draw the foul. Once again, frustrating Lipscomb.
You got to think NJIT is thinking similar to Kennesaw State. Let's make this a golden goal type situation for sure.
100%. That's exactly what they would love to see it go that route, and it starts right here. Winning the ball in a tough spot, drawing the foul, and going forward here. We have a quick play.
NJIT getting it into the box. We haven't seen much of that.
Yeah, that's a bit of a confidence builder there for him. Got this outside back coming forward. There we go. Yeah, nothing there.
Still
like to see maybe not a bad idea. You know, you'd like to see her maybe get down just a little bit further, change that angle, so that way it makes it a little bit easier to find ahead of your teammate. But not a bad idea. At least we had the outside back getting into the attack that created a little bit of width there for NJIT, who's gotten very narrow in their attack. Here's an opportunity here.
4-on-4 situation for the Highlanders. Getting behind the defense there is Conaghy.
Great job.
Something working in the middle, and first time we've really seen what Lipscomb's defense is going to have to look like
right.
at kind of a full tilt.
Did a great job of following the runner in as they were making the run in behind, and passing it off to the other center back, and so it was nice here. Get it swing. 1v1 situation. This is better from Lipscomb.
Nice turn there. Lipscomb with it in the box.
Yeah, one of the things right there, you just ball is falling away. It's going away from the goal. Still trying to make the turn and able to get that done, but you can never really get the full amount of pressure on the ball to get a good proper strike on it. And so, you know, we'd like to see maybe a more positive first touch in those moments here.
Another chance.
There we go, get it wide.
Big kick there right into the midsection of one of the NJIT defenders. That does not feel good.
Does not feel good, I can assure you.
Talk about the wind knocking and getting knocked out.
It is, that does. That.
Going to stop time here.
Okay.
For a second.
Smart
Just
move.
give her a chance to
Absolutely.
kind of catch her breath.
Absolutely. Player safety is the #1 thing here.
Well, it looks like Florida Gulf Coast and Kennesaw State are going to go to a second overtime.
How about that?
Just finished up the first overtime 2-2, and so they will head to a second overtime down in Fort Myers, Florida. They'll play one more 10-minute overtime before you get to penalty kicks. And you get to penalty kicks, it's anybody's game.
Anybody's game, and it's always exciting. Golden goal. I personally love it. It just creates some great opportunity. Look at that, hard into the tackle there. Cleaned up well by Lipscomb. This is a little bit of what NJIT was doing earlier in the game when they had that spell of maybe 5 to 10 minutes there where they had good numbers forward, able to kind of work together in the attack and see it's kind of coming together a little bit more.
About
fall back, right.
36.5 minutes left here in the second half. Winner moves on to the ASUN Championship game. That'll be next Saturday. Site
great
still
ball there.
TBD.
Like this right here. If it's not on, just play. Just hold it. There we go.
Tough ball there, but that one ricochets out, so Lipscomb
It's in your favor a little bit.
Yeah. Of course, Lipscomb, we mentioned 5 players on the ASUN all-conference teams selected, led by Olivia Doak, who you look at Doak's numbers, she ranks in the top 10 in the ASUN in goals. She's 5th this year, assists 6th, and points 3rd, as Doak ranks 2nd in school history here at Lipscomb with 28 career goals and 20 career assists. And you look at her, Olivia Doak, and then McKay right behind her, 3rd in career goals here at Lipscomb with 23 career goals. So you've got 2 of your top 3 all-time in Lipscomb history on this Lipscomb team.
It's great. I mean, just credit to these players, what they mean to this program, and what they're able to do, and to build on that. You know, this is what Coach O'Brien wants. He wants his senior players that are well versed and can handle these moments of pressure. I've been here before. I mean, we've been to the conference tournament finals 5 times, and know how to handle this. And so, you know, I would imagine, you know, at halftime he was certainly very calm and collected, and knowing that his team can get the job done. They have the ability to get it done, and with players like Olivia Doak, you know you're going to be in great shape as the game wears on.
Lipscomb has won the regular season or been a co-champion the last 3 years, and you mentioned it, Lipscomb looking to try to make their 5th consecutive ASUN Conference Championship with a win today.
Wow.
Of course, Lipscomb last year went to the NCAA tournament after winning the conference tournament. Lipscomb making it to the 2nd round in the NCAA conference tournament after winning their 1st round matchup.
It's great last season for the Lady Bisons.
And Lipscomb with a chance.
Use her pace.
Out ahead a little bit. Long shot, just over the crossbar. As that one, not a bad look by Molly Grant.
Yeah,
not on the all-freshman team this year.
Right. Not a bad look there, and it appears
Tried to
looking
go top shelf up there.
Yeah, it was an ambitious look right there, especially with Olivia making the run right in front. I thought she might have looked to slide her in, but instead chose the long-range shot and almost pulled it off. Great touch there, looking to get forward, play advantage.
Here she goes again. Here's Grant, sends another one diagonal.
Yeah.
Another nice ball, just didn't have anybody
That's
there.
right, just off on that final piece right there. Not sure if that was a cross or a shot, but definitely great touch to get into space. Create that opportunity. You just want to see more of that, and I like what she's been able to do down here on the left side.
Gulf Coast and Kennesaw State, 8 minutes to go in the 2nd overtime. Still tied at 2. NJIT, I will say, has been a little more deliberate offensively here in the 2nd half.
Yeah, they've been willing to commit numbers forward together. And that's made a difference. You know, earlier in parts of the game they were so compressed down low, just having a terrible time getting numbers forward, and it appears that they're willing to take a little bit more risk and chance there to when they see an opportunity. And this is a great time right here off a dead ball.
Defender jumping in front and at least forcing the point of attack a little deeper for NJIT.
Easy ball in, hopefully able to shield it out. You know, great idea there from NJIT, just maybe a little bit too quick. Recognize that you didn't have the pressure on to take your time and pick your head up, and if NJIT could find that and look to ping it off the striker, then they might have a little bit more success.
Goal kick. Melissa Gray. They're going to get the advantage there to NJIT. It looked like a little bit of an even joust, I think, from the fans' perspective here, but officials saw it a little differently.
Certainly a home advantage tilt to the crowd. You can see both sides.
The one thing you wonder, though, with NJIT,
this is kind of what they're looking for right here. Is look at this. Yep.
Get a good look there, and there's Fiona Wright down there, kind of lurking down low, and she's a big player to have to deal with too defensively. But what I was going to say, this can work one of two ways. NJIT committing a few more offensive players. One, that could give them obviously better chance to score offensively, but you wonder about Lipscomb's counterattack potentially. Lipscomb with a lot of speed here.
Correct.
So
And
I think it's kind of like, playing with a little bit of fire for NJIT. They know they're going to have to win this game, but at the same time, I don't know, maybe opening themselves up a little bit too.
Yeah, it's they're going to have to pick their moments, and I think those moments are going to have to come when the ball is slowed down, maybe a sub or something like that. You're able to commit a few more numbers forward to pull that off. So, but right now, I mean, a simple change, and we've seen this right now, is where we were seeing earlier, NJIT was totally compressed down, and basically, you call it 2 blocks of 5. They've been able to stretch this out a little bit more and put some more pressure on, even though Lipscomb has the ball in their own half. They're just not as deep. Nice job, center back, to get out of pressure. Just poor pass.
Trying the right flank over there is Molly Grant.
Fiona wins the ball here.
2-on-4 situation, but that didn't seem to matter for NJIT the other night. And Fiona Wright using her size there, and she gets a shot on goal.
Right.
And she still got some pretty good pace on that ball too.
What? Definitely so. Nice long run there from Fiona.
That may
getting
be
it
the
in.
first shot on goal we've
I believe that was right there.
Grant trying to make a little touch pass to Doak, streaking down the left side, just gets cut off.
Yeah, this is where, can we hold the ball and work the ball? Just a little bit more composure from Lipscomb. Lipscomb, I think, would help their efforts. Nice touch.
Nice touch, and gets it into Doak, pops one up, and
it's a good touch there. Glad to see her back in the game after taking the shot off the head. Good. And here's a moment right here where NJIT could look to commit a few more numbers forward.
We're going to get a couple more
subs.
And,
yeah.
One
Checking
of
for
those.
the Highlanders, number 8, Angela Harrison, number 17, Madison Tybel. Replace number 9, Katrina Nguyen
The
Demarian.
only thing you got to start thinking too a little bit, and we talked about it earlier, and
for the Bisons,
haven't
number
seen
19,
any effect so
Grace
far,
Oliver.
but the
Replace
legs for
number 3,
NJIT,
Tammy
you
Rogers.
start getting down to the final 25 minutes or so, playing less than 48 hours ago.
That's right. It will cause an issue, and you're just hoping your players. Nice pass there from Lipscomb. You're hoping your players have, will dig down deep and fight, which they've proven that they have, and also too, the training that comes in from all season long. This is what off season's about.
Just wonder, as this one keeps going on, and then potentially if we have to move into overtimes.
it will factor in for sure.
Under 2 minutes to go from Fort Myers, still a 2-2 tie. Game looking more and more like it's going to head to penalty kicks to decide who heads to the ASUN Conference Championship. Florida Gulf Coast or Kennesaw State.
So many of Lipscomb's balls into their forwards are coming in from deep areas, and I'd like to see that. If they can just find a way to find someone in that pocket, I think that could create that ball where you're able to put it more at their feet and get it done. Here's a great opportunity here.
Look there, tried to go high corner, not a bad thought. Maybe tried to make a little too picture perfect of a kick instead of, that's really one of the better looks Lipscomb's had.
It was, and look, I don't have a problem with her doing that. I mean, she did the hard work to get around to the end line, sees an opportunity there, and just leaning back just a hair on that, not able to get her full strike onto the far post and just pushes it wide.
You wonder, though, you get something in there, maybe create a little more chaos.
Right,
get
right.
Get some ricochet balls or something along those lines.
Exactly,
exactly. Touch.
So here we go. Take on the space and then find the diagonal run.
A little miscommunication between Cernicki and Molly Grant there. Cernicki thought Grant was going one way. Grant went the other.
Yeah, exactly. And we had both of our runners running in behind there diagonally. You'd like to see just one, and sometimes just making that run in behind just creates that space, and it doesn't have to be played into her. So just more of that needs to happen from Lipscomb. Be strong. There we go. Working the different levels.
Grant, who had a pretty good look probably about 10 minutes ago in this game, just sent it right over the crossbar. That might have been the best or the closest look Lipscomb's had as far as just a goal.
That's right.
It didn't look on the first glance like it was going to be.
No. And in fact, I would have liked to have seen her probably go a little bit further in, but she was able to get the shot off, and that was for sure.
Give credit to NJIT. They've done a good job with Olivia Doak so far. We saw Doak early get a few.
Right.
Kind of
this is good right here. Look at that, finding that space in here. Now we can play to feet.
Just to let her a little too far.
Just too far. Get it. That's right. Better though. Better from Lipscomb.
And we are going to go to penalty kicks down in Fort Myers.
All right.
So we will try to do a little double play-by-play here for you to keep you updated on what's going on down there in Fort Myers, Florida. Again, if Florida Gulf Coast wins, they will host the championship game. If they lose, then the location will depend on who wins this game. And there's ball
right
that
there.
just goes outside.
NJIT right there, you see a moment where Lipscomb should have that, but they do just enough to frustrate Lipscomb and make it difficult, and that goes back to how they like to play and happy with absorbing that pressure, then disrupting the attack, and so that was a good job by NJIT.
Well, and I don't know if Kennesaw State thought they would be in this position where they may have a chance to host the ASUN championship game.
How about that?
If NJIT was able to pull the upset here against Lipscomb and they're able to win in penalty kicks,
right.
They're going to host the ASUN championship, and that doesn't happen too often when you're the 5 seed.
No, not at all. Not at all.
There is a special set of circumstances that have to occur, and they're actually aligning in their favor if they can do what they're supposed to and if they can get a little help here from NJIT.
Right. I can probably guarantee you that the coach didn't include that in the pregame speech.
Nice little ball there. Lipscomb was there defensively, but still,
That's
we've
right.
seen more forward movement in this half from NJIT, that's for sure.
That's right.
Now a little counter action for Lipscomb.
Good tackle in from NJIT. Nice. Numbers back behind the ball, so Lipscomb's here going to have to do something. Break it down.
NJIT, a little confusion there for a second. Nice tackle from
Great
behind
effort
by
right
Doak.
there.
And a ball in. There's Cernicki. Just missed the header.
That was great. Great play.
Excuse me, that was Macy McKay who had darted in there, not Cernicki.
That's right. And a
Macy
nice
McKay,
ball,
another,
nice ball in, I believe, from Leah.
Was Cernicki who sent it in. McKay, another first-team All-ASUN selection.
A lot of space, take it.
Trying to get something diagonal. She does to Grant. Here's Doak. And Doak just gets kind of shoved out of the way. She's down. Doak down in the goal back there.
Yeah.
That's scary if you're Coach O'Brien for Lipscomb.
That's right. That's right.
Your best player. But that was a
It's nice.
Attack.
That's right. That's right. Kind of a fortunate bounce, and it bounces there, and Olivia commits herself to it along with the defender. And I understand why the referee just let that go. Not going to make that kind of call in this kind of tight game. But better stuff from Lipscomb. That's good right there. Good pressure on the ball.
Checking in for the Bisons,
Get a few
number
subs
7,
here.
Allie Dunk, number 11, Christy Jones. Place number 19, Grace Oliver. And number 26, Molly Grant.
So a few subs now coming in for both teams here. Sort of things get a little interesting too when you get subs in, fresh legs.
That's right. That's right. And some directive from the coach, you know, hey, look, this is what we want to see from you over the next 10 minutes.
And also, you know, being on the bench, kind of seeing what's going on a little bit too, can sometimes maybe.
Right, absorbing what the coaches are having to say to each other, you know, it creates, you know, we like to call them super subs, you know. You just, one or two players come in can totally make a difference.
Dope. Nice turn there by Dope.
That's good.
Gets it into the middle. That one slipped past a defender. Thought Lipscomb might find a gift.
Yeah.
Now we got players colliding. This is a scary moment.
That's right.
Both players grabbing their heads too.
Yeah, just 50-50 ball in the air and clash of heads, and been in that moment when you've been on the ground, and it's not a lot of fun. It does appear both players are moving.
I can't tell who it was that went down. Both trainers out there, obviously, though. Lipscomb going to use this a little bit as a running kind of timeout. You don't get that opportunity much.
No, not at all.
Either that or a little quick water break, too.
That's right. Pick up a little bit of water, a little bit of instruction there from the coaching staff.
NJIT players staying out there more, kind of huddling amongst each other.
Mm-hmm. I think both trainers here are going through the concussion protocols, testing them, seeing what they have to say, what they're feeling.
Adrienne Beck, the redshirt junior from High Point, North Carolina. And for NJIT, trying to catch the number there, hard to see with the hair. Can't tell exactly. But she does at least look to be okay for the moment.
Okay, and moving. That's good.
We're going to get subs, I think, though, for both Adrienne Beck and the NJIT
That's
player.
right. Just great. Get both players off, run them through the concussion protocols, and make sure they're okay.
Place number 23, Adrienne Beck. And for the Highlanders, number 16, Dunya Trekovic. Replace number 17, Madison Tybel.
So it was Madison Tybel
who
was the other player for NJIT involved in the collision there.
This moment, we'll just, referee will drop it, and Lipscomb will play it back sportingly.
So Lipscomb does play it back, and NJIT will get a goal kick. We'll look at the first PK kick coming up, and it's going to be, I believe that's Kennesaw State will get the first crack at things. We'll see if they are able to strike gold here on the first penalty kick.
Ball was out over there. Yep.
The first swing and a kick and a save by Florida Gulf Coast. So a big save there by the Eagles on the penalty kick by.
Always good. I like what Lipscomb's trying to do here. I'd like to see them get the ball into Doka a little bit more. She's your senior, who you count on.
8 goals this year. We
That's right.
mentioned second in Lipscomb history in career goals.
That's right.
28, I believe, coming in.
Find her feet, and let her look to create.
Well, there's 2 ways to look at it. One, I think if you're NJIT, the longer this game goes, the more and more you feel the confidence and you feel the ability to actually come and get the upset. On the flip side for Lipscomb, you would think they might start to tighten up a little bit the longer this game goes. That's what can happen sometimes to a favorite. But this Lipscomb team's a team that's been there, done that.
That's
so
right.
They got a lot of seniors, a lot of senior leadership. So I'm not sure that normal kind of script would necessarily play
That's
out
right.
in this game.
I agree with you. They're an experienced team. They know they've been in these spots before. They know how to handle it, and I'm not sure that totally affects them. But I do believe NJIT does. Every second that clicks by without a goal or giving up one, they just gain more and more confidence, and so it's going to be an interesting 17 minutes that we have left here.
Another sub coming in
Checking
for
the Bisons,
Lipscomb.
number 10, Danielle Van Leer replaces
Yeah,
number
they've
25,
been a bit
Kate
of a tactical
Eccles.
change here from Lipscomb. They're obviously dropping Olivia in a little bit lower and have a player running off up above. So be interesting to see how this plays out.
And you wonder too, with approaching 15 minutes to go, do teams start to gamble a little bit more? Do they just kind of stay right in their lane, what they're used to doing? Because this is turning more and more into that kind of golden goal situation.
That's right. That's
even
right.
in regulation. Lipscomb with a nice ball in the middle.
Draw the.
Trying to draw a foul there. Nice job defensively. NJIT defending without fouling.
It's good from NJIT, relieving the pressure. Not bad. Good tackle there from number 15.
Coming in on to 15 minutes left here in regulation. This second semifinal. We're still awaiting the results of the first semifinal. It's in penalty kicks right now. Here's Doak trying to center a ball. She does, and dangerous ball there, but Molly Saylor again shows you why she leads the ASUN in saves.
That's right. Just right there, as she's been all weekend. Good bit of skill right there to relieve the pressure. That's tried twice. Lipscomb's been able, over the last little bit, to find a little outlet right over there on the right side, to kind of create those moments. So looks like they've kind of found some little pocket right there.
Here's Doak again working the right side, trying
Good
to
play.
center something, and Lipscomb will get a corner kick. First corner kick we've seen in a long time.
That's right. That's right.
Under 15 to go.
Bisons
See if
on the
Lipscomb,
corner
looks
kick.
like NJIT is going to employ that same strategy again, just put one out. So does Lipscomb go short again?
I would imagine they would. I don't see why you wouldn't just look to change the point of attack here. Obviously not what you're looking for there.
Nice job defensively again, and just really haven't had much high intensity on any corner kick today.
That's right. That's right. It's the right idea, and from a coaching standpoint, it's what you want to see. It's just the final ball has been lacking here.
So Ball that gets
great work
inside,
there.
And now another corner.
That's
for
right.
Lipscomb.
I can't see who that was, but that was great work to.
And do you think even if they put the one out there, Lipscomb might think about trying to send one in?
I think so, and you're going to see it right here. They've pulled everybody back, so second ball will be really important here.
So it looks like it's going to be Macy McKay, I think, who is going to be the one serving it up. Ball moved a little bit.
Ball moved to Hare. That's right. It's also a short corner over there. I've been in it many times.
And we've got a final. Here comes the ball in. Molly Saylor got a hand on it, knocks it out. So big time save. Lipscomb will try that second attack. Another ball in. And Lipscomb still controlling it. That one will go out with another corner, but here's the deal. Kennesaw State with the upset and penalty
How
kicks.
about that? That's
so
impressive.
Kennesaw State, the number 5 seed, 2-1. They defeat Florida Gulf Coast in PKs.
Wow.
And so now this one gets even more interesting.
Absolutely it does.
Here's another ball, and Saylor again gets her arm up, heading the ball, and that's where the size of NJIT really came up big there.
Made a difference right there.
Another ball going in. So these last 3 minutes, Lipscomb has had some of their best looks of the game off of corners.
And you can see the wear and tear on NJIT, just slow to clear out those spots and just fighting tooth and nail to kind of hang in here.
Nice movement.
Nice drive down to the 6.
No foul called. Looked like Dunn got tripped up there, but no foul called. So now we're getting a lot more subs coming in too for NJIT.
I think that is a good call there from the coaching staff for NJIT.
Well, the one thing you saw too, Fiona Wright had gone out for a little bit and comes back in for maybe the final push offensively.
I think so. I think that's a smart thing. You know, she made a couple really long runs there and needed a little bit of rest. So yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what they're thinking. Good tackle there. 21. Good composure.
Emily Patty, 5'2" sophomore from Knoxville, Tennessee, making that defensive stop. Approaching 10 minutes here in Nashville. We know one team that's going to the championship game, the number 5 seed Kennesaw State Owls, just defeated Florida Gulf Coast on their home turf. The question is going to be, who are they playing and where is the championship game going to be played at? There's a little shove there, no call. Nice job taking what you can get, getting Doak off her spot.
That's right.
That was Yasmin Malik.
Just dribbled it out.
Lipscomb back with it again. There's Doak with a touch.
The pace of the game has definitely picked up here. It feels like Lipscomb is really feeling some of the desperation, and NJIT is really fighting for it right now. Kind of what you expect, conference semifinal.
The interesting thing, Lipscomb had 10 shots in the first half. Just 3 shots for Lipscomb here in the second half. NJIT on the other side, they've only had 1 shot this whole game. It was on goal, but that's the only thing they've had go offensively.
Right. Good opportunity here, run in. Nice. What a great save by Molly. That was nice. Lipscomb does a great job of knocking the ball, getting it into the corner, Nice service there. Olivia Doak with a great first touch to the near post.
Fans here, the Lipscomb Soccer Complex, trying to implore their team here as we approach 8.5 minutes to go in regulation. Spot of the ASUN Conference Championship on the line. Winner will take on the number 5 seed Kennesaw State Owls, who have the upset over the number 1 seed Florida Gulf Coast Eagles earlier this afternoon. If Lipscomb wins, they host the championship here next Saturday night. Here's Doak in the middle.
Good ball. Wow.
Just a little tough.
Right idea.
A little hard on that shot, but
that's right. Yeah. Coach O'Brien will be happy with that. Just off, hair off on the final pass, but he'll be happy with that.
Already seen one semifinal game go to a couple overtimes. Are we in for another overtime game? We'll have to wait and see here. These last 7.5 minutes should be very interesting. Both of these teams, the pace has definitely picked up. Absolutely.
The urgency is players are feeling it now, and at this point in time, they've totally settled into the game. They are ready to go, and really you're just kind of find a way to get a goal. That's all you're saying to yourself. Find a way to get a goal, and it can start right here. Long ball in. See how the second ball falls.
Nice touch. Lipscomb has it.
Great tackle.
McKay went down hard, and Doak also down. That's not a good sign for Lipscomb. Your two best attackers go down on the same play there. They both get up, but Doak still very gingerly kind of walking. Here's another deep ball. Doak tries to get a head on it, and Saylor, I think that was McKay maybe that got a head on it there.
It may have been, or even the NJIT defender right there. So
down there is Sienna Magruder. It might have been her that the ball went off of.
Correct.
See if NJIT can work something. This was the storyline for them on Friday night. Nothing really doing offensively except for 2 big plays, and so NJIT looking to try to bottle up that magic for a second straight game.
That's correct. That's correct. They've been there, done that, and they've got to feel really good about how this is playing out right now.
A little indecision for Gray, trying to figure out what she wants to,
yeah,
where she wants to play.
That's right. Initially wanted to play it out of the back, and which I think Lipscomb kind of excels more at, not the 50-50 balls with NJIT's size in the midfield. That's a good job winning that ball.
Lipscomb thought it had gone out. Officials didn't, and Lipscomb slowed down for a second. Now a chance to try to get one into right in the middle. You see her lurking. Fiona Wright gets it back for the Highlanders. Nice. Approaching 5 minutes left here in regulation in Nashville. Semifinals of the ASUN Conference Championship. Lipscomb with 14-1 shot advantage in this game, and a 6-1 shots on goal advantage.
Great defending there on Fiona, and then winning the ball back, but still not able to clear the pressure and get out. NJIT kind of feels and seizes this moment that give it a shot, which would make sense.
NJIT also just trying to maybe keep some possession here. They haven't had much of that.
No, not at all, and that's just a way to rest a hair.
Here's Wright trying to get a turn, trying to get a look at one.
Great defending right there. Yep, that's the right call, but
Fiona Wright doesn't like the call.
I wouldn't either if I was her.
But it goes to Lipscomb, and so now final 4 minutes here in regulation. See if we can send another team to the conference championship here in regulation, or if we're going to go to extra minutes. Here's Doak.
Yeah.
Wouldn't put it past her to get a game winner.
That's who you're looking for right there. And they've obviously dropping her in a little bit deeper, wanting to find her feet, letting her have the opportunity to then turn or play the way she faced and find someone in support. So I like what we're seeing from there.
Lipscomb another deep ball, but they're going to get everybody down there looking for that second touch. A little high, the first one, and Saylor again, one-handed. And Lipscomb again, there's the goal! Lipscomb sneaks it in with 3:10 to go. That ball just slid through the defenders. I don't know how it got through, Jim.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was a great job, and I didn't catch who served the ball across, but she just showed such good composure, relaxed, recognized I don't have to force it in, picked her head up, found the ball, played it right across the face of the goal mouth, which is exactly what you want to see. And on the far post, Lipscomb has it right there and is able to hammer it right into the upper deck. And so what an exciting moment there for Lipscomb.
I think it was Danielle Van Leer who got the goal.
Okay.
I think she was the recipient on the backside. We'll get the official assist because the assist was just as impressive,
It was great.
maybe even more than the goal.
It was great. Great positioning there off the second ball, won it, showed just great composure there. So I believe it might have been McKay, but I'm not sure about that.
We'll get it. It was just so much actioning happening quick there, but the most important number right now is the one on the scoreboard for Lipscomb as they lead it 1-0.
That's right.
It was Van Leer with the goal. Right
Assisted
now,
by Macy McKay.
it's the game winner if they can hold, and it was Macy McKay, as you mentioned, who had the fantastic assist.
Great job by McKay.
And how fitting was it, Macy McKay? She's the all-time leader in Lipscomb history with assists.
That's great.
Her 24th assist.
You can easily see why, and very deserving.
Here's Fiona Wright. Here's NJIT, though, making a push. Last gasp for the Highlanders. Approaching 2 minutes to go. Lipscomb, with a win, they will host the ASUN Conference Championship next Saturday night.
Dribbled right into pressure.
2 minutes left here in Nashville in regulation.
Everything you got right here. This is what it comes down to.
And right now, Lipscomb very much content, though, with forcing NJIT to go the full length.
That's right. And, what you're looking for is can Lipscomb get a hold of the ball, and you'd like to see him maybe get to the corner flag and hold it, just delay a little bit more time. So NJIT is just going to have a moment or two left to get things done.
Approaching 1 minute, it's going to be Lipscomb from the goal to kick. Now we're going to get time stopped.
Substitutions.
Okay, substitutions for Lipscomb.
23, Audrey Ann Beck, and number 25.
Not unusual for the referee in this type of game, college game, to stop the clock on that.
Especially
shot.
when the team leading is bringing in the substitutions. It only makes sense.
That's right.
Lipscomb trying to hold on.
And NJIT's just kind of looking for one moment. Can they find a way to get a ball in deep?
Getting a look here.
1 minute remaining in the match. 1 minute.
Nice run and good clear out tackle by Lipscomb. It's kept in play, though, by the Highlanders.
There it is.
And Lipscomb. There's Fiona Wright. And that one goes off the side. 40 seconds to go for Lipscomb. That might have been the best opportunity. NJIT might get one more look at it.
Maybe, and that definitely was it right there. I think if you're NJIT, just a little bit of disappointment, not able to find something to get it on goal and just test the keeper.
So 20 seconds left.
Well, said that.
Got to make it quick. You're the Highlanders.
9, 8.
Everybody forward.
6, 5,
That'll do it.
And Lipscomb is going to go to their 5th consecutive A-Sun Conference Championship as the number 2 seed Bisons hold off NJIT. They win it 1-0. The difference, the game-winning goal, Danielle Van Leer at the 88:50 mark of this one, assisted by McKay.
That was what a way to end the game. Dramatic, right at the end of the game, 88th minute. Just a fitting way for that to happen. Couldn't be more proud and excited for those girls. I'm sure they are thrilled at this moment. And at the same point in time, NJIT, held on just to the last moment and just not able to close it out, and just a gallant effort from NJIT.
And with this win and the Florida Gulf Coast loss, that now means that Lipscomb will host the A-Sun Championship game with a chance to punch your ticket to the big dance next Saturday night. You can't ask for anything better than that.
Oh man, that's just exciting to have this moment, to be able to come here on Lipscomb Soccer Campus in this brand new stadium. I don't know a better way to christen it than championship game here.
So for Jim Maddox, I'm Justin Seaman saying so long from Nashville, where your final score, Lipscomb, a winner, 1-0. The number 2 seed advances. They will take on the number 5 seed Kennesaw State Owls next Saturday night. It'll be the A-Sun Conference Championship with a trip to the NCAA tournament on the line. Until next time, so long, everybody.